Alright guys, welcome back to the channel once again, and today we're going to be talking about more queries like update, delete, and nested queries like for the searching the data into the table. So those kind of things we're going to be looking at in this video. And first we're going to be starting with update and delete because those are just simple queries that you have to set the values which you want to update and the delete, like which row you want to delete. So just passing the search details and then you can just delete those. But the quite interesting is that with as, okay, so the with as does like you have to create multiple aliases and you can create multiple nested queries into that and store it in some kind of variable, and then later on all those data you can use in a single query where you want to get the output, something like that. So that's kind of very important query if you're dealing with multiple tables and you want to do multiple inner join methods and then evaluate some data throughout the tables. Maybe you can't do with some kind of repository, so you have to stick with raw query. That's where we need to use this kind of SQL feature. Okay, so let's try it on and let's check all these things. So first we're gonna be looking at like update one. So we just need to do update test dot users. Okay, we have users. Okay, set. Okay, set. I just want to set a value like name equals to I just want to change like this. Then I want to do where, like which row. Okay, so I will do, let's suppose I have 7, so id equals to 7. So id equals to 7. I did that. Just, and then let's run it. So you see it got success. Okay, and just comment this out, comment this query out like this, and then create new row and then you select star from test dot users. Okay, so if you do that, and id number 7, so you see the id number 7 has been changed. Okay, there is one more row, like if you want to change the same name for multiple rows, so not gonna put like all conditions, something like that. So what we can do, just enable this query like this and then just comment this one, control it like this, and then id in we can try, and then after that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so let's suppose these 5 rows I want to update, so that it will check like the IDs comes into this set and then it will update it. Okay, so if I run it, so the query has been run successfully, you see. And now just comment this one, and then go here and you check, like you see that all the rows has been updated. Okay, so this is how it works into this SQL for the update one. Okay, so you have to set the value and the value pass it like this, and if you want to update the multiple values, so you have to do like this. Like let's suppose you want to update the age, so I want to update the age like 3. Okay, so just comment it and go up, just comment, and then it will update the age as well. Okay, so the query runs successfully. Now go and comment and run it. Okay, so just there you go. So you got this. So you see age is become 3 right now for all of them. Okay, so that's how the update works. Now let's keep the delete one. So delete from here we will use delete from. Okay, because of the table we need to show, and then set apart from like see, I don't want to delete all the rows, I just want to delete one row, so I will do equals to 7. I want to delete this. Okay, so let's try it on and then run it. So you see the id 7 is deleted from the row. If I just go over here and run it, so you see you won't see that 7 number of id number 7 over here now. Okay, so it has been removed from the table. So this is the delete query, but now later on let's remove it, and the same kind of search elements you can pass like this over here. Okay, search operations, so everywhere it's same, so the where condition. Now let's remove this query, select a star. So whether doing the select a star, no, let's just comment it out. So here width. So first you have to start this query with the width, okay, width, and then because this is the main first, let's suppose you are creating the first table alias, okay, because you are getting the data out of it. So the width, let's suppose I will say C, okay, C as, so I created one variable over here, C as. So after inside this block, whatever the query I will pass, all the data will go into this C variable, okay. So I will do select star from users, test.users, okay. So and then after that I have to do select star from C, okay. So this is gonna be my you don't need the semicolon over here, okay. So this is one query, so I will run it. So I'm getting the same detail as it is, okay. Now if I do where over here, where, and I just put some IDs, like ID should be less than 10, okay. ID value should be less than 10, okay. Now let's run it. So number of rows we're gonna get, so ID value is less than 10 and I'm getting the rows. Now what I'm gonna check, I'm gonna run another query where I want to store the variables like D as, inside this one I just want to store the elements like whose age is less than 10. So same I will use, but I will just replace it by C, and I will do just age is less than 10, okay. So that's how. So I will store, like from this variable C variable I got the data whose ID is less than 10, okay. After that I will store in another variable where age is less than 10 into C, okay. So all those data will store into the C, because maybe in the future in the other queries I will use C data differently, okay, and the D data differently. So that's why I have to store it somewhere, okay. So now let's see what I'm getting from D, okay. So if I run it, so you see I got only 3 rows whose age is less than 10, okay. So first I'm getting the data from it, then after that I'm searching the data into it, and then I'm finally getting the data from it. So you can do inner join as well, like over here, let's suppose inner join, it's just an example which I'm showing you right now. Inner join, and then you will get this star. Let's see it works or not, because the data gonna be same, so maybe it will collapse. So you see it's inner join, the same details are added twice into the table, but there is no on method, so all the rows has been like added to each other, okay. So now I will do on d.id equals to c.id, okay. Now I have matched the IDs. If IDs are same, then it should just show the tables, like show the rows, okay. So I run it, so only 3 rows are coming, but there, see, the IDs are same, UUID name, age are same, but it's coming twice. Why? Because the same value exists into this table, same value exists into this table, D and C, when you combine both together matching with the IDs, so both the data is combining and all the rows are coming same as it is over here, okay. So in star it doesn't know which detail you have to pull out, so you got the both data. And if you put like this, let's suppose I put like this, name comma age, so it will throw you error. Why? Because it's kind of same column exists into the both table C and D, so it will throw you the error. See, it throws the error. Now if I do, so if I have to get the data, so I have to put, like I have to give the instance of it, like from which table it should come, C or D. So I will take like d.name or c.age, something like that, because data gonna be same in both. So you see I got the name and age. That's how you have to get name and age in this case, okay. And here you can run the group by, where after this, like after that where, or you want to search more after consecuting the data, like after associating data and joining the data, you want to use where, group by, order by, all the things. Like let's suppose I use order by created at, I hope it's correct, created at, and just get the created at as well, c dot created at, okay. And let's put the c dot, because they have to give the, okay. So you see that it's coming. See, so I'm just showing you into the same table, but this inner join method will run into the different table as well. Like suppose there's a table A, table B, and inside that both you want to combine. First you want to search the data from both the tables, so you can run this kind of query in both the table directly. In the single query you can run two queries for different tables, and then later after searching all the data and you want to combine those queries and then run a global search into that whatever the data came from both the tables. So in that case it's very useful that you can use, and then you can just optimize your queries. Okay, so I know it's kind of very nesting, but yeah, it's nesting is very useful. You don't have to run multiple queries, like first you get the data from this, then you get the data from this, and then you're combining, because they put millions of data and there are millions of rows into that single table. Okay, and every time you're not like gonna have, like I suppose you're making a search query, you've got the 5,000 rows or something, so you will just take it out and then store into the variable, then another table call, like you will write the query or something like that, and then get the data out, and then you do for loop or something. So you don't have to do that. You can directly run these kind of queries into the table, and then you can use it and then get the final output whatever you want to. It's not limited with only one or two table. You can do with multiple. Like I've been playing with the multiple tables a lot, like 3, 4, 5, 6, like any table you can play with. So it's very useful and doesn't take too much time to execute as well. Like it's take less time than you will make different calls to the DB. It can make the single call to the DB and DB can take care of it. Okay, so that's it from this video, and this is the major thing which I wanted to show you on SQL. Rest of the things are pretty easy, like you can just create the table, so the create table, update table, delete table, and then search the data into the table. So those are the very simple things, and there are some aggregate functions as well, like average and count. Okay, so divide, add, so these kind of functions are also important into the SQL that you have to learn, so you can just look through the documentation of the SQL and you can learn it. But some of the things that people don't know, so it's important to know about that. Okay. So thank you so much guys, thank you for watching, and I'll meet you in the next video with new topic.